like to look at this.
I do agree to release audio and video rights
Keep reading. You'll understand.
to the take shot on this day for use on Joel's channel. I understand that all me, my person, only those everybody used for syndication. So, I have the right to rip out his throat and kill his family. It's fair. I have the right to reuse this release and use all man which was all on the top of a B. I understand the ding, the ding, the ding, the ding, the ding, ding, ding. Can't do it.
He just wants you out.
You don't need my address, do you?
Well, if you want to be on my mailing list.
Like I said.
Now what's the
No,
deal on those shoes,
right.
too?
I need a witness. Can I get a witness?
Yeah, right here, Mr. Glenn Hopp. He can sign his name.
Glenn?
I can sign anything.
Come over here, Glenn. I want to sign something for me. Before Red gets back. Here, Glenn.
Yeah, I'll see
Give
you
me
tomorrow
some
about noon.
peanut butter and bacon sandwich. There you go, witness. I'm Richard Belzer. Watch me on the next Backstage Pass. We'll let you in for free. Yeah.
Well, welcome to Backstage.
Are we
Pass.
rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Dig it.
Thanks for being a part of the show.
Well, you're paying me so handsomely. How can I refuse?
Well, let's see. One time in Chuckles, we worked actually together. I ran promotions at the time. You remember me.
1981?
81 with Robin Williams.
Well,
Went back a little ways. That's when,
yes,
just before you
2
married
presidents
Harley.
ago.
That's just before you married Harley.
Yes, my lovely wife.
And everything's going well with that.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been seeing you hosting shows like Hit Video,
Friday Night Video.
videos, and still doing. I used to catch your show a lot, Hot Properties.
Uh-huh.
How many shows did you do of that?
Oh, we did it for about 10 weeks, about 40 or 50 shows.
That's incredible. What was it like? What was your act? Just the host, or did you produce it?
I was the host and I wrote some of the stuff, some of the interviews.
You're not what they classify as a circuit comedian anymore. You're
Circuit?
Circuit, you're
Circus, circus performer.
headlining clubs, across the country.
I still work a lot of fun.
But your main emphasis is still doing television and movies,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of fun.
What,
I pay the rent, but.
Any new features coming out?
Well, no, there's a movie that's out now that I'm in called Fletch Saved or Fletch Again or Fletch This or Fletch That. I got the name of it.
We have an audience.
That's all right.
So, when you draw your material, you use a lot of political humor and a lot of things New York style humor, I guess you'd call it. Who
Well, it's pretty
influenced your career?
universal now. What?
Who influenced your career? I know you grew up with comics like Jay Leno and Elaine Boozler.
Richard Lewis. Yeah. Who influenced me? No.
You got your own style.
Yeah.
Mort Saul.
No, he's quite different than me.
Right.
He's an inspiration, but I'm not influenced by him.
What was it like starting out in New York?
In the early days, you just got cab fare. You didn't really get paid any money, and there were no comedy clubs. There were just a couple showcase clubs. So it was a lot harder because there were fewer places to work, there were fewer comedians. There wasn't an industry like now. So I've seen it grow quite a bit. It's great.
Is it harder to work in New York than in LA?
Depends on who you are.
I mean, just for yourself. You going
No,
back home?
No, it's not hard.
It's like, is it like a prodigal son
I
coming
love
back
working
out?
in New York. And I like working in LA. I have no problems really anywhere except maybe other planets.
Which
That
you
might
deal
be a
with
problem.
regularly, right?
Because of the life support system.
You've worked with some of the best, and you're what I would classify as where Leno was a couple years ago. You're right, just on the verge of being the household name, the Roseanne Barr.
I don't like to think of my career as just a human thing. It's been very good so far. Hopefully it'll get better.
How long, if you were going on, like Rodney Dangerfield goes on for hours, if you were
He
just to
does?
go on,
What
well, he
does he
could.
do?
I mean, he has that much material built up
Oh,
over
I
the
see.
years. How much material have you built?
I have no idea.
You could go for
20 minutes. And there's a lot of
not for
laughs.
that cab fare, right?
Yeah.
So, when I worked with you at Chuckles, you and Robin shared the stage. Have you done that since?
Yes, we have.
And what's it like? I mean, have you developed material together? Where
No, we just improvise together. We find that rather than prepare something, we'd rather just improvise and ad lib, and it's more fun that way. When it's unpredictable.
you also do, well, obviously you're doing smaller clubs. You're usually at much larger venues.
Money, I'll be there.
And what can we expect from you in the future?
I'm going to cure gravity. I don't know. I don't like to predict anything. I just like to, take each job as it comes and have it accumulate
let's move back.
in the collective
What do you think?
consciousness of America.
What do you think happened to the show Thick of the Night?
What do I think happened? It was canceled.
Yeah, I know that. But why? I mean,
Because I think it tried to do too many things for too many people. It didn't have a focus, and it was a mistake to come on and say that they're going to beat Johnny Carson. That was a mistake. I think it should come on quietly and found its audience. Might still be.
what do you feel is a successful formula for an entertainment show like that?
That's the host, the personality of the host, I think, has to do with almost everything. The writing is important, obviously, but if you don't have the right host, then it's got to be that personality of the person that's heading up the show.
How do you feel about the Arsenio Hall show?
I like Arsenio. I know him a long time. He's a good guy. I'm very happy.
And who else? What other comics do you respect? Technicians?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of good comics. I like Robert Klein, Richard Belzer, Gilbert Godfrey, Albert Brooks.
A lot of the ones that work with you on Thick of the Night.
Well, Arsenio worked on Thick of the Night, and Gilbert, yeah.
So,
But I knew them both before that show.
did Jewish humor influence you on growing up? Was your family into humor?
Well, I think that stand-up comedy, by definition, is Jewish in its tradition and historically. It started in, it's a long story, but it is Jewish. Stand-up comedy, by definition, is Jewish.
More monology than the props.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
When you're working on the road, and you're also married to Harley McBride, who's an actress. She still
is?
She was. I remember years ago. How do you maintain that closeness in that family life?
Well, it's a great marriage, so we respect each other and we love each other. Sometimes she travels with me, and she's in the business, so she understands, what it is right there. So I'm just lucky. There's no formula. It's just luck and being a great person.
Now, we noticed most of the audience, I'm sure, saw you on the Comedy Awards. They panned over to you.
Plus, my wife has 18 credit cards, so that's...
But whose name's on them?
What was your question?
Well, we saw you on the Comedy Awards.
Yes, sir.
The camera panned around, and
Yeah, thank God I wasn't in the show.
I don't know why.
It was terrible. Did you see it?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it.
How'd you know I was there?
My research staff told me.
I was in the audience, thankfully.
Yeah, in the front row, pretty much.
Well,
So
I wasn't going to sit in the back.
you do a lot of language, and you like everybody from Reagan impersonation
Right.
to the Dylan, which is more or less the old Jewish type grandfather type image
Right.
in New York. That's one of the things you're famous for.
Yes, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what you want me to say.
do you keep creating those images? I mean, do you keep creating those personalities and you keep writing for them, or is you pretty well stay with the same material?
No, I constantly update the material. I think of my act as a play that I'm constantly revising and working on and adding to. So there's some things that I've been doing for a long time. There's some brand new things. Like new things sometimes push out the old. It's constantly evolving.
Great. Well, I wish you much success.
Thank you.
This is Backstage Pass, and we'll be back right after these words from our
I
sponsor,
hope you make a lot of money on this.
Richard Belzer.
Yeah, incredible show.
Thanks.